Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode of Kick It Net. We're talking in English because we have an international guest, Jefferson.
Yes, Daniel Cutting.
Hello, welcome to me. Thank you. Yeah, I'm good to be here.
Good morning, good morning.
I'm so glad you're doing this in English, by the way.
Of course. How's your Dutch?
Awful.
Ish. Oh.
I'm an Englishman, you know. I can't speak any other language.
I'm curious what your Dutch words are. Only the bad words, huh?
Literally, I don't know anything. I'm not even going to pretend to know bad words. I know nothing.
Have you ever been to Holland before, though?
I've been to Holland a couple of times. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, who are you? What do you do?
So, my name's Daniel Cutting.
Yeah.
My background is as a professional football freestyler. So I started off just loving football. It's quite good from a young age, and I think because I started to learn skills quite quickly, that encouraged me to keep going. Like when friends would try things and they wouldn't get it, I'd get it quick. And then I know when I was 16 years old, I did 27,000 keepy uppies. And it took me 5 hours and I just didn't stop. And then I was like, hang on, I'm pretty good at this. I'll start learning some skills. Shit. So it was always football, but I came away from playing football in the traditional sense. And now obviously I've done a lot more kind of freestyle skills, traveling the world, performing at corporate events, body doubling for professional footballers. And yeah, all that kind of stuff. So it's been crazy. It's been hard work, but I absolutely love it.
Oh, sick. But let's start at the beginning of your freestyle career. Or like literally, what inspired you to become a freestyler?
So probably first and foremost, Ronaldinho. Just watching Ronaldinho, obviously like he is the absolute GOAT in terms of, I look back now at videos and I just think he had everything. He's like the combination of Messi and Ronaldo together. Like he's got the skills, but then he does things that only Messi would be able to do. So watching him inspired me. When I was growing up, I met a couple of freestylers. You know, it wasn't big going back 15 years ago, you know, 20 years ago when I was growing up. I met a couple of freestylers who were doing this kind of stuff, and I was like, that's incredible. I need to be able to do that. So there was only a handful of people in the UK doing it professionally, and I just started to learn. I just had a desire to want to learn tricks, and so I learned around the world quite late on, probably 13 years old when I learned it around the world, which now you've got kids doing it at 5, 6 years old. But as soon as I learnt one trick, I was on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one. Okay. So yeah, that. And then a fellow freestyler called Tuzani. Watching his videos, you know him. I've never met him. I've only spoken to him. Okay. I've only spoken to him online. We always chat.
Yo, Sufyan, we can make this happen, man. Link up with Daniel.
100%. Come on, let's do it. I'd love to finally meet him. Absolute legend. That original like freestyle video got me just thinking
the
this
first
is
video with
it still lives in my head. I know that tune so well.
Tony Matterhorn.
It's unbelievable. I was at my dad's computer in the study, would watch it, and then I'd run outside. Didn't have my phone. Didn't have a phone. Couldn't do it. And I had to. What did he do? What did he do? Was pausing. I probably got like 90% of the views that video got was probably me. Yeah. Just watching it over and over and over again.
Tuzani is our freestyle goat. He put freestyling on the map, I would say. Like street football was already alive, but really freestyling and doing the most crazy tricks. Tuzani was like,
definitely.
Really out of that.
And even now you watch it and it's still good. That shows how good it was.
True.
Because sometimes I watch back at my old videos and I'm like, oh man, I was awful. I was so bad. But then, he's just like so good, so legendary.
So you have a moment in your life that you are doing those tricks and everybody is like, yo, Daniel is really killing it and he can do it. But it's a big step to be like, okay, I'm going to fully focus on this one because there wasn't really industry out there.
Yeah, true.
What made you focus on that and be like, maybe I can make some type of living out of it?
So I went to university. I was studying to be a PE teacher. And while I was there at uni, I started to get little bookings to do birthday parties and I just anything that I could do, you know, little events.
Freestyling?
Freestyling, just turning up, just, you know, with kids and community events and whatever it was. And then when I graduated university, I was like, being a PE teacher would be okay, but I've got to fulfill like this passion within me. I have to do something with football. I knew at that stage I'd come away from wanting to play professionally. I had opportunities too, but I just loved the skills and tricks. So I just I spoke to my mum and dad. I was like, look, I'm coming back home. Sorry guys. I'm going to live with you. I'm just going to try and do this. And then over the course of the next like 2 years, I won UK competitions. I started to break world records and I started to like get my name out there and put myself on the map and thought, if there's anything I want to do with my life, it has to be this, and it has to be with football.
But how did you properly make name for yourself as a freestyler? Obviously, with the digital age. What really defines you as a freestyler? Because nowadays, you have so many freestylers. Like Sean, Tuzani, so many others in the world.
Definitely.
But what is your...
I think the thing for me was I was always into like breakdancing and gymnastics as well.
Okay.
So I was able to, and this is going back 20 years, I was able to put that creative spin that no one else was really doing. I'd started to learn to do backflips with the ball and flip the ball up. Some of the stuff that we see now, I was doing years before anyone else was doing it. So that breakdancing, gymnastics kind of vibe, I think was the thing that set me apart from anyone else in the UK.
So you fused those talents together?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was about. It was
Beautiful.
about sharing my passion for fitness and health, but also bringing those other things all together.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that was cool.
And your story with your parents, how did they respond when they saw your first
I think they even now don't really understand what I do as a job. They're still just saying, when are you going to get a proper job? And I'm like, no, this is the best job because it's not a proper job, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess like you said, I was in some ways in the UK, I was paving the way for other people to do this job that they do now as freestylers. And it wasn't a big thing. And I think I realized quite early on, the tricks were important, but actually the performance and the energy and the entertainment was way more. I would go and freestyle with people all around the world who were technically gifted, like incredible, but they didn't know how to interact with the crowd. They couldn't get on a stage in front of 3,000 people watching you and not make a mistake, you know? So for me, I started to hone certain tricks, yeah, of course, but big moves, crowd-pleasing moves, and to make it entertainment. And that's what Sian does so well for me. Like, he's one of my favorites because it's engaging, everything he does. Some of the tricks, not the most difficult, but if you do them well, that's what's important.
Yeah, and like, what was the first moment during the start of focusing on this that you were really like, oh, I can really make something out of this? Because you moved back to your parents, you start uploading videos.
Yep.
What was your first collaboration or campaign or money you received that you really had the idea of, oh yeah, I can make a...
I know what it is. There was a talent competition in my local town where I'm from, and I thought I'm just going to enter it because I never used to love getting on stage. Like I would never have got in a school musical or got on stage at school. I was too shy. I was too nervous to make...
Are you sure about that?
Well, yeah, I think I was. And now I think what I do as a job, I can't even believe that I do this because I thrive now on getting on stage, being on camera, doing this kind of stuff. But yeah, there was an event, and there was a £1,000 prize for the winner.
Of course.
And and I was like, wow. I think I was 17, 18, and this was literally before I went to uni. And I entered the talent competition, and I won it. And my mum and grandma came to watch me, and they couldn't even watch because they were so nervous. And I ended up having one of those big checks presented to me. And I was like, wow, I just made £1,000 from doing this. I never thought I'd make that. And then from there, I was like, hang on, I could actually do this as a job. And that's when it went from there.
Every talent competition involved and be like, I'm going to pick 1,000.
That's it. I was going to go there and do that. And then I think breaking the world records for me, like I always, growing up, I thought to be the best at something in the world would be incredible. You know, to say that you're the best at something, that was always like something that I wanted to say I could do. And when I broke my first world record, I was just like, that's not enough. And now I've gone on. I've got 10 official Guinness World Records right now for different freestyle skills.
Okay, that brings me to the following question.
Okay, yeah.
What's your most defining career moment?
Oh, you know what? I went to the World Cup in 2014 was it 2014 Rio? Or was that 20? Yeah.
2014, yeah.
I went out there. I had 5,000 subscribers, but I got to be in a video with Dude Perfect.
Oh, wow.
And they gave me an opportunity to be in a video that had like, 20, 30, 40 million views. And there was another freestyler in the video, Ricardinho, a Brazilian freestyler who's incredible as well. Yeah, he's amazing. When I did that video and people started to like think, wow, that was a moment where I thought, I want to start making videos. I want to start, because I wasn't making videos. The only reason I put videos on YouTube was to get them onto my websites, now like we don't even really, I don't really use them for what I'm doing. My channel is my website, but it was easier to integrate the video onto YouTube to get it on my website. And then I thought, I need to start building this audience. I need to start growing. And I think one of the key things as well was as soon as I started to show the mistakes and the fact that I wasn't perfect, that's when people started to be like, okay, he's human. I used to put these videos where I'm there for 3 hours, but I make the trick shot look like I did it first time every time. And there's a skill to that and perseverance and all that stuff. But when I showed that I was human and I had a bit of personality, that's what people wanted to see. Started to make those videos. Got a couple of videos that went viral. I did football skills down the aisle on my wedding day.
Oh wow. Okay.
So this was my yeah. I've got a very loving wife. She let me do that. So it was my first viral video.
But that's something beautiful,
yeah,
right?
it's very beautiful though.
She had her moment to walk down the aisle, but before she did, I did football skills down the aisle.
Okay.
And it got like 500,000 views on my YouTube channel, and I had like no subscribers. I was on local TV and stuff, and my wife is very introverted and shy, so she's good to me. She came on like local TV programs, and it was a whole thing around it. So that was like.
That's your most defining moment.
That was a defining moment because I was like, I had a viral video. That was great. And my wife's still with me now, so it's all good.
That's good, man. Like, but the future of freestyling, like you have broken so many world records, as you already mentioned.
Yeah.
Like, what's in it for you as a freestyler in the future, and like as the sport or the discipline in general? Like, how do you see that developing over the years?
You know what? I think I mean, the level now of freestyle is insane. The things that I even do now are like the entry level for like, I'm seeing 12, 13, 14-year-old kids do the tricks that I can't even do. And I'm like, it's come so far. Obviously, the internet has made that possible to see what people are doing around the world. For me, yes, I'm still a freestyler technically, but I've focused a lot more now on the entertainment side of things, like monetizing videos, working with brands, commercial work, body doubling. I body double for professional footballers and adverts who can't do the skills.
Sick.
And they can pay me a lot less than they would pay those guys.
Okay.
Can
you name a few players?
Yeah, Thomas Muller, I body double
for.
Yeah. He's got no skills at all. Steven Gerrard, David Beckham, Kaká. Wow. Get to meet them on these events. And
what type of skills do you do for them then?
Anything where it cuts from a full shot to their feet is always like someone like me doing the skills.
Because it should be realistic though. They're not.
They can't do it.
It's a nice story to tell.
Yeah.
Birthday party. Like, you see that?
That's me. Man. My mum always says she'd rather my face was in it, but it's fine. I said, Mum, it's fine. That's my feet.
Let your feet speak, literally.
Yeah, exactly. But I've worked with Neymar, where it's like I'm literally there on set to make Neymar feel comfortable in that situation. Incredible footballer, way better at football than I am. But as soon as he's on camera in that situation, he's not the same person, you know.
So you're also like a moving director.
Yeah. I've choreographed stuff for Nike and Adidas and done things like that. Yeah, over the years, working directly with professional footballers to make them feel comfortable on set, show them skills. Like, you got to learn with professionals. They're so like, you'll know, you've worked with them. Like, there are certain type of people. You need to get on their side and you need to win them over quickly. If I'm trying to show Ozil a few years back a skill, as soon as he couldn't do it, right, I've got to move on. Got to pick something else that he can do. Tried to teach him backward step overs and he just couldn't get it. So I had to move on. Same with Neymar. Like, incredible, but he needs to see, okay, what am I going to be doing in this? And then he can just go and do his thing.
Oh, beautiful, man.
What is the most funniest thing you experienced during those shoots?
I think just the fact that I'm there knowing this is a world-class, one of the best footballers in the world, but I'm better at football in some ways than him. I'm saying, Neymar, can we just do it a little bit different? Because this is the way that I'd like to do it. Let me show you something, bro. Let me show you something.
And in your opinion, who's, like, on a professional level, the most skillful?
Ronaldinho, definitely, but
currently?
Neymar. Yeah, because he does stuff like no one else really is doing a rainbow flick in a game, but Neymar will do it. No one's doing a sombrero flick, but Neymar will do it. I can do all of those skills. I can do 100 different variations of a rainbow flick, but to do it at the top level, at the fastest pace, that's when I'm just like, you sit back and you just say, you have to just take your hat off to him and say, that's incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, Neymar for me, like, to meet him and work with him was incredible. And
I hope these type of entertainers on a pitch stay, because with the more pressure and stats and everything,
when everyone's getting faster and everyone, like, it's harder to do even a flip flap, which you used to see, like, Rashford does it now and again. You used to see Ronaldinho do it. JJ Okocha.
Yeah, JJ Okocha.
I played against him at Wembley a few years ago.
Have you watched the real Ronaldo do that?
Well, obviously, yeah.
Obviously.
There's too many to mention.
He's an R9 ambassador.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm more of a CR7 kind of guy, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
Don't say it too loud. He's my
favorite ever, man. He's my favorite ever. Yeah. Because the goals that he scores, no one else will do that. And Messi, yes, in the same way. But I think Messi will score a goal, will dribble past 7 players. But people can people know how to beat a player. They can understand that. With Ronaldo, like, some of the bicycle kicks and some of the things that he does, like, no one else is really doing still. So yeah, for me, that's why he's my favorite.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know I'm gonna probably split, divided opinion on that, but
I'm also a CR7 guy, man.
Yeah,
I always get into a fight with him. He says that the R9 is a real Ronaldo, and
it's the legacy, bro.
He is the legacy.
All the tricks started with him, though.
It's true. It's true.
That's the thing.
It's got to come from somewhere.
Yeah. That's the thing.
I was curious from the business side of business from a business point of view, like, you're a freestyler, you make dope videos. they get some views, but how do you make a business out of it? How did you discover that you can maybe be a moving director or something?
Yeah,
that's something that comes later on, but you have to be sharp in those moments and be like, hey, this and that
yeah,
is possible.
I think it's just like anything. Like you start off I started off thinking I want to be a football freestyler, and I did that and I achieved it. But then naturally, as you know, the internet blew up, I jumped on board that. You know, like as soon as TikTok came about, I was like, I have to get on this because it's going to be something. Yeah. And when I found myself on shoots, I started to realize actually I've got an eye for detail, and I'm there kind of to make, I don't know, you just
it's a certain feeling, yeah?
It's like anything, you just feel it, and then people say, actually, you're really good at like knowing what looks good on camera, and I'd always been a perfectionist and a bit OCD when it comes to like my own content, and then I've just had that kind of vision and eye for other content as well. So sometimes I've fallen into positions where I'm just like, all of a sudden I'm help choreograph a Nike advert, and I'm like, how on earth how did I get here? How did I do that? But I think you naturally meet with the right people, you just link up and things can happen.
So do you have a management or an agency that
I've got agencies I work for. I like to work, direct with people. That for me, like I'm a people person, so I want to work with people directly. But yeah, I've got management. Sometimes I hear from them once every 3 years. Other times I hear from them. You know what I mean? They're the ones that I don't care about too much, you know.
Okay, so you get your jobs basically by approaching people.
I know that I'm the only person that can represent me and push me in the best way. Like I can have someone who can, be paid to promote me, but I gotta love me and want to push me more than anyone else can do it. So that's why I still edit all my own videos. That's why I still do everything.
Yeah,
because
you don't want to outsource that.
I now and again I have. Especially when I'm trying to blimmin' do daily uploads on YouTube, I'm like, why am I, like last night, why am I still up at 4 o'clock editing? I could have sent that video to someone else.
So just for the people, yeah?
Yeah.
So you put in hours to perfect the tricks?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, like crazy. And like 8-9 hours a day of practice.
You make it perfect?
Yeah.
Because you're a perfectionist?
Yeah.
Yeah? And then you go in your room, and you edit the videos.
And I sit for another 9 or 10 hours and do that. Yeah,
so how long does it take you to upload one video?
Depending on what the type of style of video is, the creative, because I can't keep on doing the same videos over again, I've got to be creative with it. Sometimes it's a day of planning, a day of shooting, and then maybe 2 days of editing.
Wow.
But then when I want to do daily uploads, that becomes difficult.
Wow.
Because I haven't got the time in the day. So hence why I was up till 4 o'clock last night trying to get this video. It's going live in a minute as soon as I finish this, and then I've got other content on TikTok and Instagram every day. Content goes up on those platforms.
Yeah, beautiful.
It's a lot.
Dedication.
It's a lot. If you know a good editor, let me know, and I'll I can outsource some stuff to you. I'm sure that'd be nice.
That question because people only see the end result on social media.
Yeah.
And so obviously we are heading into a more transparency type of age.
Yeah.
And I do feel that people need to know that. Like,
facts.
Yeah. You see the finished article, you see life as a YouTuber, with all the subscribers and the followers, but you don't see the grinding and the grafting, the physicality. Yeah. Like I've got 2 slip discs in my back.
How many injuries have you got?
I need 3 operations, but I just keep going because when I've tried to recreate the best goals, Ronaldo doing the overhead kicks and stuff, and then I'm sitting at my laptop as well for hours a day, it's like I'm flying my sports therapist out here tomorrow just to literally give me massages because my body is a mess.
That's real dedication.
And I need it. These are the things that I need to do in order to like make sure I can continue to do what I do.
Kudos to you, man.
Yeah, man. It's really inspiring, Daniel. Really inspiring.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
What's the next goal? What's something you really, if you look back to your career, you're gonna be like, I want to do that?
Well, I'm not far off 1 million subscribers, so for me that would be that's always been the goal. Like to get to 1 million subscribers would be amazing. So that's what I'm kind of working towards at the minute. I've never been. Yeah, the numbers are important. Yeah, the fans are great, but ultimately, I love what I do, and as long as I can continue to keep doing what I do, that's what providing for my family and doing all this stuff and having this opportunity to travel. I performed in over 50 countries worldwide. I'm like, I still feel blessed that I get to be here and do this kind of thing. But yeah, 1 million subscribers would be nice just to tick it off and say I've done it. And other than that, just probably get to travel a bit more. I start to make and create content with my little boy as well, Joshua. And he's like a superstar in the making. He's got his own TikTok account with 250,000 followers and he's 3 years old. Okay, so he's gonna be the next thing. And if he can make me a few quid as well, it'll be nice, Yeah. That's not the only reason I had him, but it is quite nice.
Yeah.
It is quite nice.
What if he grows up disliking it?
You know what? I had this conversation with people all the time. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. If he decides, this is why I don't push him too much in football. We make fun videos. I keep everything super chilled, fun, creative. But yeah, if I push him too far, then he might go the other way, But at the end of the day, if he wants to be a professional tennis player, I'm happy to sit in a box at Wimbledon and do that. You know what I mean? Have a Pims and enjoy the game, enjoy the match. That'd be nice as well.
Good one. Daniel, that was a really inspiring conversation, I must say. Like,
Thank you very much.
I think people right now watching get a more inside of the world of freestyling, the business behind it.
Yeah.
And it's really impressive, inspiring what you already reached. And we hope to see you more. And we have to fix a link up with Sufyan, man.
Yeah, that'll be amazing. That'll be like, that'll be a goal as well for me. That'll be amazing. Yeah, hopefully, as you said, it's good for people to see like the passion behind it comes first, and then whatever that leads to. If you're passionate about something, then that will lead you to like do amazing things. But yeah, find what you love, do it to the best of your ability, and then see what happens.
Wow. Beautiful way to end it.
Bless, man.
Blessings.
Thanks very much, lad.
Thank you, Daniel.
Appreciate it. Cheers.
Thank you, bro.